Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Jonty500 and this is my highlight video of round 9 of the official Nonchalant Dominance Multiclass Endurance Championship. In this race we are racing in Supers. I'm in GT1 racing in a Centorno. I start on pole position, which will give me a good advantage in the start of the race. GT2 drivers are in Vacas and GT3 drivers are in Bullets. There we have the starting. So right from the start you see Mayor Ryan on my right gets a really good start from second place on the grid and managed to overtake me in the first corner and pushed me back to second position. Right behind me I have Craig 9876 who has won a lot of these rounds, and I know he's really fast, and I'm gonna try and of course defend as much as I can. As you see, Ryan is really fast right from the start, and he manages to make a little bit of a gap to me. And of course, since I have Craig right behind me, I have to concentrate quite a lot on defending my position, so I don't get pushed down even further. So right now I'm driving very defensively, just watching apexes and everything. As you see, I don't go quite fully out to the outside before entering a corner because I want to protect the inside line from Craig, who is hot on my tail at this moment. As you can see on the minimap down to the left, he's right behind me, and any small mistake could end up in me losing second position. The track we're racing on right now is Olympic GP, made by Brophy1322, and you have seen me race on this track before in some videos, and I think it's a really nice track. I like it, and I've had a lot of practice with the Centorno on this track, so you're not gonna see a similar disaster to what you saw last time from me on this track, because I'm prepared this time. I know the car, I know the track, so I'm definitely gonna be able to compete for top positions in this race. So my battle with Craig right now, I'm just trying to keep ahead of him as much as I can. As you see, he's right behind me, really anxious to get past, but at the same time our battle is allowing Mayor Ryan to get ahead and start moving away from us. And so basically what I need to do is just try and shake Craig, but you know that's not easy. It's easier said than done because that guy is so fast. So as you see there, he made a small mistake going into the hospital section, and that got me a little bit of a breathing space, but not for long. As you see now on the minimap, on the next lap he has been able to close that gap quite efficiently. So we're back to where we were before he made that mistake. He's been able to catch up. And as you see there, Ape Gunners has managed to stay with me and Craig quite nicely without any problem. As you see, I made a small mistake there with a little bit of oversteer, but Craig hit me in the back, which got me back into speed, and that way I managed to keep my position. this is basically how the first few laps of the race goes. I actually managed to keep him behind me for 8 laps. Now we're on lap 7 and we're closing up to lap our first GT3 car, and we'll see how this goes here. As you see there in that corner, he makes a mistake, slides, and that allows both me and Craig to get past him without any incidents. This is now 1 lap further, same place, and you see now we have 2 cars ahead of us that we have to try and get past. Craig is still really just pushing and trying to get past me, really just on my tail and waiting for me to do any mistake whatsoever, but I have been doing really consistent good defending here, and I've been able to keep him behind. But there's always things that happen in multiclass endurance when you're trying to lap people, because you see there I miscalculate what line he would take and I had to slow down, and Craig manages to take the position on the inside and overtake me for 3rd position. I doubt that he would have been able to overtake me there in case it wasn't for that traffic, but you know, that's a part of multiclass endurance championship racing. However, it doesn't seem like Craig is too familiar with the track, or of course he is, but he makes a mistake right here. Almost I get caught up a little bit with it, and manages to take back my 2nd position anyways and overtake Craig. But you know, he's still right there. He wants to get past me badly because he wants to start and get and try and catch up to Mayor Ryan, who's in the lead. So here's the same thing again. I get a little bit problem hanged up with a GT3 car, and Craig gets on the inside of me. Now there he causes me to crash into that, and he's kind enough of course to let me have my position back, but Abe Gunners managed to take the best of that situation and get past. He does get caught up a little bit with that GT3 car of 40s, but still he has the inside here, and when I try and go on the inside, my leg hits him and he spins out, so I have to wait for him, and that allows Craig to move up into 2nd position. So right now we are 3 guys here fighting for 2nd. It's Craig, 976 in the front, Abe Gunners there in the middle of the white car, and then me. In this race also our leader, the crew leader Bruffy1322, is normally racing in a GT2 car, but in this round, since he has already won GT2, he is racing in a GT1 car to try and provide some better views or some better content on his streaming, just to try and try some new opponents and stuff. So he's right now behind us, 3 battling. So there you see Abe Gunners gets caught up with Craig a little bit, and that allows me to get the run on the inside of Abe Gunners. But I get a little bit of an oversteer, you know, I come too fast into that corner and hit him out to the edge and slow down so he could regain his position back. Definitely a bad mistake right there. And here we have a little bit more traffic that we have to navigate through. This is one thing you have to expect when you're driving in GT1, that you have to be able to handle traffic and lapping cars, which have not been one of my strongest sides, as you may have seen throughout this championship. So right in front of me there you still see Abe Gunners, but if you look down to your right there, you see that Craig gets caught up with Double S and pushes Double S off the freeway. Craig was of course kind enough to wait for him, just like you should when something like that happens, and that little incident enables me to move up back into 3rd position. And here you see another lapping of Macy here, so I get easily done it on the inside there, no problems whatsoever, and I can get back to fighting and try and catch up to Abe Gunners. As you see right now we have quite heavy traffic to try and get through, as Abe Gunners is right now behind another traffic car up there. And you see Abe gets really good on the inside there. I go for the same gap, almost get knocked in, or I almost crashed there, but still managed to save it and back to battling with Abe Gunners. Now this you have seen way too many times from me in these kind of races. Small mistakes or bigger mistakes, just mistakes overall, and that mistake there has now allowed Abe Gunners to gain some gap on me, and now I have Craig 9876 right on my ass again. So there I get a little bit that apex a little bit wrong there, but still I have the inside and I managed to keep it from Craig 9876, but so that's just how it goes. Now the stuff is with that accident that happened before there, my car started to feel a little bit different. I didn't know, something felt off with the steering. So I think when I hit that barrier, the car got a little bit of damage, which caused it to change a little bit. And as you see right there, Craig got a really good run out of the first corner, managed to overtake me, and I tried to get back and try and overtake on the outside of that corner, but I went too wide. Behind me there you saw Broffy 1322 having some problems while coming onto the bridge, just crashing, and so I know that I need to start making some good laps here and try and catch up, and I might soon have a Broffy behind me to try and contend with. But the problem is with me, small mistakes happen all the time, but that was not a mistake of my own fault. The light bulb fell down and my car flipped on it. Luckily I managed to save it and didn't lose too much time, but right now the red dot on the minimap behind me is Broffy 1322, who has managed to catch up to me. So right now here you see another lapping of Smitty112, who is my teammate in GT3, and of course I want to get past here without any incidents, because right now I am caught up with Broffy behind me, so I really need to watch out here. So this is same section next lap. I've been able to keep him behind me for a while now, but that small oversteer there gave me a really bad exit onto the highway, and he got a really good run up on the highway, so I couldn't do anything basically here. He just had more speed and managed to overtake me for 4th position. Now the thing here is that I do not fight Broffy, in the competition, because his final standing here won't count to any points, and therefore I don't have to worry about beating him actually in this race, but it would be a good bonus, of course. Now I told you before about the damage to my car, that something felt off, and at this point here I see that the guy behind me is 20 seconds behind me, so this would be a really good place, because my car is feeling weird, to go into the pit lane, and that's exactly what I decided to do. Because I'm not gonna be able to catch up to Abe and Broffy and keep up with Broffy with the damaged car, so I decided to just go in and get a fresh car and just get back out on the track and try and score some fast laps to try and catch up to the guys in front. So of course I'm on a free. The traffic is still there though. You can't escape that like immediately. So here you have another GT3 car, Tal34. I get a good run on the inside without any problem, and Morocco there has made a mistake, and that allows me to get fast past him also. So 2 fast lappings, and I can keep on pushing to try and catch up to Broffy and Abe Gunners. Right there, Alucard, the next guy to lap. And of course this is a really good place to lap on this track, just the freeway, because my car has so much more speed than him, so I can just fly past him on the highway. The problem with this track though is that the hospital section and that area over there in the first half of the map is really tight, and it poses many problems when trying to lap cars, as you already have seen in this video. So right now my focus is just on navigating this traffic good without any incidents, and also keep just pushing to try and catch up to Abe and Bruffy. Now Abe has been overtaken by Bruffy here, as I make another little mistake, and so right now I am actually trying to catch up to Abe Gunners. Abe Gunners right now about 5-6 seconds ahead of me, while Bruffy is 9 seconds ahead of me. So we have just reached past the half mark, and I'm still in 5th overall, and that would be 4th in the championship standings. I see there on the left my teammate Subaru Wolf did not have a really good race, and he started to, I don't know what he really did, he just stopped and he blew up his car a few times and all, and then finally he also quit. I don't know why he did that, but you know, sometimes you just can't handle it anymore, you just don't. You just do whatever you want, and Subaru is one of those guys that when things don't go his way, he kind of starts playing around a little bit. But as long as he doesn't destroy the race for anyone, I guess that's okay. So here I have a little bit of a problem because I need to get past 2 guys, and it's always more difficult when you have to lap 2 guys instead of 1. But I managed to get past really good there without any issues, and right now on the right side there you see a little white car, and that's Abe Gunners. But then I make another little mistake. I really need to work on my consistency, you know, avoiding mistakes and such, to improve my lap times and also improve my races, because I honestly think I would have had a really good chance to keep up with Abe a lot better if I hadn't made so many small mistakes in this race. You know, I have been able to catch up a little bit, and then I crash, and here I get caught up with the GT3 car. So quite clear there, the lag of my car caused him to crash, so I waited for him until he was back racing before I continued, because that's basically what you have to do. So here we have Tyler 34 again, the next lapping, no problems there on the inside. He went out wide to let me past and went really good. So I'm putting in some really good lap times here, and as you see here I'm passing Subaru Wolf again. And I'm doing really well at this time. I'm catching up to the guys in front, and that's exactly what I want to do, of course. So here we have Calavera 51X, he's filling in for Bruffy in GT2 for Run Racing Team, and of course I managed there to pass him without any problems. But then this happens again. I catch the inside of that pole a little bit, and it causes my car to fly into that area, and that's of course an unfortunate situation. So here is more lapping action after that. Easy inside overtake, no problems whatsoever. But here is when something absolutely disastrous happened. This is just bad. Of course this is also bad with Subaru Wolf playing around, almost causing Pardonias to crash. But here is when I try and overtake Calavera after that mistake. Get caught on the inside barrier and totally takes him out too. But that's not the last of it, look at this. I get caught again on the pole when trying to recover it, and take him out twice in a few seconds. I was just completely done after that. I was really mad at myself for doing that. But you know, I gotta keep on racing, right? Just try and avoid it. I also spoke and apologized to Calavera after the race, and he understood, you know, it was a mistake, I didn't intend to do it. And it's a little bit of a freak accident also because of those poles. So moving on, I'm catching up a little bit, you know, all the time to these guys. Each time I make them, but the problem is here in this race, I catch up a little bit, you know, a few seconds, and then I make this mistake, fall back a few seconds, then I catch up again and make a mistake, fall back 2 seconds. This is all too familiar with me in these races. But the problem is the issues I've now had with Calavera and the mistakes I made have caused my car to start feeling odd again. And you can see here when I try and overtake Pardonias in a Vaca that I'm actually having some difficulties overtaking this GT2 car. And that's led me to make the decision that there's no way I can continue with this car. I have to get it repaired again. You can see really good here on the highway section, the different speeds. I get a really nice exit from that area, but I'm not catching up to him. You know, see, I'm doing pretty much exactly the same speed as him on the highway, and he's even actually being a little bit faster than me. So that tells me that my car must have something odd going on about it, have some damage that's causing it to be slow. So I make the decision, of course, that after I pass him here, so I make the decision that I need to get into the pit lane. That's pretty much all I can do, because I can't catch up to anyone in a broken car. So my second pit stop, and yeah, it's starting to look a little bit bad now, because there's only like there's only 7 laps left of the race, and right now I have 28 seconds to catch up to Abe Gunners ahead of me. So here you have a little more lapping action with James Nash there on the side, and it went really good, no problems there. There's another car with lapping traffic 40 here, and there's no problems with this whatsoever either. He goes wide there, allows me to get by on the inside, no problems, just I can keep on trying. But the thing is, right now, with after the pit stop, Abe Gunners was pretty much how many seconds? What is it now? Pretty much 30 seconds ahead of me after my pit stop, and I have to navigate these. And in only 7 laps, I really need to navigate good. And as you see here, 34 of 37, the laps are coming down, and it's gonna take a mistake from Abe for me to be able to catch up to him. And all this traffic is of course not making it any easier, but still I managed to get by these traffic cars really easily, not any problems whatsoever. And you remember I said that it was 30 seconds that I was behind. In the end, in the final lap, I was 19 seconds behind Abe Gunners. So I managed in the last 7 laps of the race catch up about 10 seconds to Abe Gunners, and I was quite fast during this race actually, but all those mistakes cost me the top 3 position in the GT1 championship. But still, 4th in GT1 is by far one of my best finishing. You know, now it says 5th, but you have to count that Bruffy is there in 3rd, and he's not actively like racing for points in GT1, so points wise I end up in 4th, and that of course gives me some really good points to try and keep away from the bottom position in the overall championship. Winner in GT1 was Mayor Ryan, winner in GT2 was Nismo97, and winner in GT3 was Smitty112. I want to thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.